everybody, Zabracus here with Thirsty Thursday, episode 7! And yes, I am dressed as beautiful Bulbasaur today, because I will be shooting this later, so I look forward to those shoots. And today, I will be drinking the Hopkiss Session Ale from Edge Brewery. I actually had this over the weekend at Edge Brewing over my birthday, and I fell in love with it. Actually going to do a brewery tour with the guys there, and they were fantastic. Fantastic. So if you're ever up in Idaho in the Boise area, definitely go to Edge Brewing. It's delicious beer, and they're just super chill guys. Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? Alright, we got it. So, we're also going to be drinking this out of our Hulk glass today because we're just going green today. It's a thing. And no, you won't like me when I'm angry. So, just don't do that. It's a thing. I'm probably going to lose all my lipstick on this glass, but that's okay. So what's great about this beer is it's super light, but also just like full of flavor. They like to call it their lawnmower beer because you can drink it and mow your lawn and not have to worry about cutting off your foot because it's not super heavy in alcohol content. I mean, it's just light enough to just make you happy that you're mowing the lawn, but not deep enough that you know, run over the neighbor's cat. Which, you know, if the neighbor's cat is like super into that, it might be inevitable no matter what. So, anyway, so today on Thirsty Thursday, we are going to address things that regular people don't understand about geeks and nerds. That's the theme. I have a theme. Yay. So, so tasty. Very floral. Which goes perfect for Bulbasaur. So, first of all, things that regular people need to understand about geeks and nerds. We do not have any one stereotypical look. Hollywood has ruined it. They have ruined it for all of us. They make us think that geeks and nerds have to have glasses, that they have to be nearsighted, that they have to wear certain clothes, that they have to have like tons of acne and just stuff like that. I like to think of it like the Big Bang Theory, that they like to think that nerds look only like Leonard or Sheldon or any of those particular people, whereas only normal people look like Penny and the other people like Penny in the show. But in fact, most of us look like Penny. I mean, yes, there are those of us that look and act like Leonard and Sheldon, but that's not all of us. In fact, that's, you know, kind of a minority of us. Not that there's anything wrong with looking like that, but there's just no stereotypical look to a geek. Some of us have glasses, some of us don't. Some of us have a stutter, some of us don't. Some of us live in our mother's basements, most of us don't. So there's just not a stereotypical look. We are just normal looking people, except when we dress like this or wear our nerd t-shirts, which yes, we do that. But we still like to talk to people and drink beer. It's a thing. The next thing that they need to realize is that we don't necessarily only like geeky stuff. Believe it or not, some of us do actually like to go outside. We like the sun. Not all of us are vampires that at the sight of the sun. Some of us like to go outside and play sports. Some of us like to watch football. Some of us like to do things that don't involve playing video games or reading comics or stuff like that. We have a variety of interests. Just like you probably do. Just like not every non-nerdy person doesn't only watch football or only do yoga. We have other interests and things and stuff too. It's a thing. So next, they need to realize that Superheroes aren't new, just the movies are, and frankly the movies aren't even all that new either. It's just kind of new that they're out there all the time. That's one of the things that drives me nuts the most, is when my non-nerdy friends come up to me, they're like, oh my god, have you seen that new Avengers movie? Like, oh my god, like, it's just phenomenal. Like, just the things that they do in that, it's just, oh, it's just so compelling. And then I just have to sit there and be like, those comics have been out for years. And you used to persecute me for liking these things when we were in grade school. But it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. And on that note, let people like things. If your non-nerdy friends are suddenly into nerdy things, just go along with it. Encourage it, because nerdity is the best. Welcome to the geekdom, non-nerdy friends. On that note, not all of us are like super smart. It's kind of a thing. Like, that's another thing that Hollywood instilled in geekdom. I like to think of like the IT crowd. Like, it just makes all geeks and nerds just out to be these super intelligent people who do these super technical jobs all the time and are just also have these nerdy, like, they read comics, they watch anime, stuff like that, and so they're super smart and super nerdy. But those two are not synonymous. There are lots of just not smart people in the geek realm, just like there are lots of smart and not smart people in the regular realm. Like, think of a lot of CEOs of companies. A lot of them probably have never read a comic book in their entire life. But they're super smart. It's okay. It's okay. These two things are just, they don't necessarily go together. And also, kind of back to the Avengers thing, just because I read comics doesn't mean that I have read every single comic book ever. So please, you guys just need to understand that we haven't necessarily read every single comic book out there. There are literally thousands. There are multiple variants of Captain America alone. Like, don't even get me started on the Spider-Verse. Like, just because I have read some Spider-Man comics does not mean I understand that entire multiverse of chaos. No, I just don't. And most geeks and nerds haven't a clue either. And just because you read comics doesn't mean you play video games. And just because you watch anime doesn't mean that you enjoy D&D. Like, just because you're a geek doesn't mean that you have to like everything under the banner of geek. Like, that would be like insinuating that just because you play volleyball means that you play every single other sport out there, which maybe you do, because there are some people that do. Just like there are some people who are into all of the geekdoms. But in general, a lot of people just have like their niche. And sometimes those niches cross over, and sometimes there are multi-class geeks. Like me, I'm a multi-class geek. And I'm sure a lot of you are too, but not everyone is. Also, back to the LARPing thing, which I think I mentioned. Maybe I mentioned D&D. We'll talk about D&D. So D&D, for those of you who still think that it is of the devil, which we'll just blame countercultural crazies. It is not of the devil, frankly. D&D, I like to think of is like Monopoly. Except instead of buying properties, you go out and adventure. And you pretend to be the little characters that are your little icons. And in fact, it's absolutely nothing like Monopoly. It's kind of a lot more like when you were 5 and you played pretend. You made up a character and you had adventures with that character with your friends, maybe your imaginary friends. It's like that, only like on adult scale, where you can drink and have sex things and swear and kill things. Yeah, that's D&D, and it's awesome. And you should be sad that you don't play it, that's all. Anyway, so now we're gonna go to LARPing. So not all of us LARP, and so like I also don't understand how that is synonymous with geekery. But, you know, don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm saying with that. And on the not all of us do all these things, no, it's not all of us play WoW, which is World of Warcraft. Yes, again, there's a lot of us that do, but there's a lot of us that don't. I have really never played WoW, but I know a lot about it, so we won't get into that. And also, not all of us are forever alone. I'm gonna tie this back into the not all of us have a stereotypical look. Like, a lot of us find love. Most of us find love. Just like most people in general find love. You find a person that is into the same ridiculous things that you are, and you just mesh. And it's great. That's how it works with everything in life. And, I mean, there's a ton of meatheads out there who are forever alone, for Christ's sake. So, you know, it goes all ways. And I've been really bad at drinking this beer. Oh, that's so good. So good. Sorry, there's not a lot of burping this time. Okay, I lied. But yes, in general, these are things that I really wish the non-geek crowd like could understand about us. But it just kind of goes with like everything. Not all of us are the same. We are still human beings who like things and just kind of obsess about certain things over other certain things. Like the fact that Crash Bandicoot is coming out on Friday and my inner child is screaming right now. Screaming. Or we freak out at the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter because those books defined us as a child. They helped us get through your bullying and making fun of us constantly in high school and elementary school. These comic book characters gave us the strength to just ignore you when you constantly made fun of us. So please, just understand we're quirky little human beings, but we're still human beings. That's all. Maybe, you know, like try talking to us someday and actually, you know, act like we're not super weird. Maybe we'll invite you to D&D. You never know. So thank you guys for tuning in to this Thirsty Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and make sure to follow me on all the social medias to see all the crazy things that are coming up. I have tons of behind the scenes stuff on my Patreon right now with the various Pokemon shoots I've been doing and other shoots I've been doing. Patreon link is down below. Follow me on Twitch. I've been doing lots of gaming. I'll be streaming the new Crash Bandicoot game on Friday. So check that out. All socials are down there. I'm not going to list them. You know what they are. You live in this day and age. Ugh, it's a thing. I'm just going to assume that you know things. Just like I'm going to assume that you are going to stop stereotyping geeks. Stop it. Stop it. That's all. Bye, guys. Mwah.